Our gospel doesn't make for comfortable reading. Yes, we've been chosen by Christ. Yes, we have been made desirous by his grace of God's truth and God's justice. Yes, we have been fitted by Christ to share in his mission. That's well and good. But in being thus chosen, thus chastened and heartened, thus appointed as his disciples, we have necessarily become inimical to this world's destructive and sinful powers. If you are of the world would love its own, but because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. By the world here, the Lord does not mean his creation, the natural world in all its beauty and goodness, or our bodily existence per se, but its corruption, the sphere of all that is graceless, godless. To be Christian, in fact rather than name, is necessarily to be on a collision course with that world which does not know the Father, does not acknowledge his love, his laws. That doesn't sound much like good news. You might wonder if it is even bearable, a fair ask of anyone. It's certainly the case that we often duck the challenge. We know that we should resist the allure of this world's evil, but faced with a threat to our comfort, to our security, we give in. But what is undoubtedly good news is that the Christ has already done battle on our behalf with that world, has already won the victory celebrated in our first reading this morning, that overthrow of Satan which follows on the victory of the cross. And he shares that victory with us. In choosing and fitting us for his mission, he shares his strength through the gift of the Spirit. As the author of 2 Timothy writes, God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power and love and self-control. Or, as our second reading this morning has it, God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. And this is the Spirit perhaps most clearly seen in the lives of the martyrs. And one reason why the Church makes so much of her martyrs is to give us hope and confidence in our own encounters with this world's evils. We know next to nothing about the martyr whom we celebrate today, St. George, England's patron saint, long venerated in the Near East as the megalomartyr, the great martyr. Yet the early legends surrounding him made much of his courage in the face of torture and of a nobility shown in rescuing the innocent from harm. Rescue of a princess from the dragon may have its origin in the pagan myth of Perseus and Andromeda, but in this context stands for the self-sacrifice in love of God and neighbour. May St. George inspire us, inspire this country to something of that Christian courage and nobility.